better idea. So here I'm going to write a collection programs, a separate package I'll create, and first list demo. We'll go with the first list demo, but I'll create here a list with non-generic format. So basically we need to create array list object and passing the interface of list, interface collection name equal to basically collection object, right? It's a collection name is nothing but collection object. New class name. So this is what the syntax we are following now. The interface is list. So AL equal to new array list. Why it is throwing error? Because this is a different package, your user defined package, and these are available in java.util package. So another package classes, if you are using in your own package, you have to first do import. So the importing done. Now, so first I will print the collection. So AL, you can see no elements are present here. Then you can find the size method. First I'm calling the size method.
So Ram, when you create list AL new array list collection, right? So by default, if we give list, it will consider AL as collection, because the same syntax would be applicable.
This is the object, right? Collection object.
Yeah.
This is a collection object. This is the object, right? This object is referred by this variable. Now this is the collection object. This is not new. This is the interface concept.
Okay, so I'm just thinking the difference between the object creation and collection.
We have seen in the interface also same concept, right? I'm following interface concept only here. Interface reference value, that implemented class I'm using here. I think please guys refer interface one more time. Interface, I have used the same formula. Which class implemented, for that class you created object.
Right.
And you referred that interface on the left side. So that, and I told you that this format is a runtime polymorphism concept, a parent type, because all the interface methods you are overriding in the class. And that's what you will get all the methods. Same formula you will use in the WebDriver also.
Okay.
That's why I told you interface concept is a very crucial. And if you are not understanding, please go refer one more time interface concept. Same formula you will use even in the Selenium also. No change in that. And now you execute it, the size is 0 and no elements at all, right? Okay, we didn't use the size method. Call the size method. Why I'm calling in the print statement, size is a return type method. So 0 values. Then next first method I'm calling add method. You know add method what it is? Insert the given element into the collection. So AL dot add, you can add any element. Java object I'm inserting, and even you can add a group of elements also. So for example, one more I will insert, add true. AL dot add. Now you can see here, add int index. So I will add in the first position some element. This is the index based method. This is coming from collection, and first method is coming from collection interface. AL dot add is coming from list collection, list interface. Now what will the first priority given to index? And then this will go and insert here. What will happen now? This Python will insert here, and this will move to next position. The shifting takes place here. Now the order will be Java, Python, true is the order. Okay. Next, add all method. Add all method is used to insert many elements or join two collections. Join two collections. Okay. Now, how to use add all? Add all means you have to insert a collection of elements. The collection C. That means you have to give a group of elements in the parenthesis inside as a parameters. You have to pass. Now al dot add all. How to pass a collection of elements? Another group of elements we need to supply. So let's see this. Arrays dot, there is a method as list method. See that? As list, and you can pass number of elements, how many elements you want. This is the as list method you have to use. This is the static method in the arrays class. So this arrays class we already used in the arrays programs, I think. In the string handling only we use it, right? Arrays. Yeah, anagram program I have used this arrays class. So one by one I can refer here. How many elements you want, I can refer. Suppose, yeah, duplicate element I'm adding 25. Character, float, still I can add one more string object. So these are the same. At a time you can enter multiple elements with this add all method. So all these elements will join with this collection already. Now true after these elements will go and join. Now you can print these methods. You can call this, you can print the collection after add all method.
So instead of using arrays.asList, can we declare array and composite array variable?
No, you cannot declare like that. Array you cannot use here.
Okay.
Array you cannot use here. That's entirely, that is a different data structure.
Okay.
This is a different, this is a dynamic data structure.
Okay. So dynamic data structure, you're giving hard coding values, right? Java 25. So typically, how do we pass this dynamic data?
Elements, right? These are elements, right? These are all elements, element names. Hard coding means The elements, you are giving element names. That means objects you are storing.
Okay, so dynamically, if the value changes,
Dynamic means what? A dynamic here means you can enter n number of elements in the runtime or in the so you can decrease and increase the elements. That's a dynamic data set. The array, once you create an array, the size you are fixing there.
right.
In the runtime, you cannot enter more than that. But here you can enter laterals, how many you want. See that I entered
Okay.
few here and I entered more here.
Right.
I can extend this collection. I can reduce also if I want. You will see that I can reduce by calling the remove all method. All this I'm going to call here. See, I can expand. I can collapse also. That's a dynamic data structure.
Yeah, understand. So initially, you're initializing the elements. Is that you're saying?
Where I'm initializing?
So Java 25A and 45.34, right?
These are all different
typical,
elements. Different elements you are passing to that object. That method. This method you need to pass another group of elements. You need to pass. That's a collection C, and you have already this collection. Then just pass the collection name here. Okay, you can pass the collection name directly. But if you want to pass a collection of elements, this is the one you have to call arrays dot as list, and you are passing a list of elements.
Okay, got it.
Each element is different here. Each element is different here. After this true, now Python will go here in the second position. True will come third position. Third position after. Fourth position Java. Next position this one. Next position it occupies. Like that in the order. I told you list is ordered collection, right?
Right. Okay.
Whatever the order you are passing, same order will return to you. Now you can see that once you execute, and you will get the same order. See that it's in the square bracket. It will be represented all duplicate elements also available. That duplicate elements. List accepts the duplicate elements. That point I covered there, right, in the theory. List contains a duplicate elements. How many duplicates you enter, that many duplicates you will get it. So total 8 elements are there. It counts even duplicates also. That's the final list you got. So we have seen size method, add method, add all method. Now I want to delete one element. Remove method I'll call. So delete the specified element. Suppose I want to delete particular element. Al dot remove. You can use either one of them. Remove int index or object. So anything, right? Whatever you want, you can use. So let me use index based. So I'll delete here. True, I am deleting. Now see the collection after deleting of one element. So I'm deleting after remove method. So the collection is 7 elements. It will be there. That before it was true was there and removed, and all these elements are shifted. So Java moved to true place, and one bit memory shifted. That's this how it will be shifted the positions. And this is the remove method. How to remove all. So next one, remove all. I want to remove many elements, a collection of elements. Collection C. So what it does, removes specified elements from the collection. So all the specified elements you can remove. Al dot remove all. a collection of elements. Again, arrays dot as list, a list of elements you specify. What are all the elements you want to remove? So I'll remove capital A, comma 25, comma Ruby. So these are the 3 elements I want to remove from the collection. Then see what are all the elements are there in this collection. Now you have very less elements, right? 4 elements only you have. See, specified elements it is deleting from the collection. Okay. Next methods. So almost we have seen 4 methods. Let's call Boolean methods. Contains method. Contains method, what it does? You give the element, okay? Object element, whether it is a string or a object element. So what are this? We didn't specify the data type. So if you don't specify the data type, the collection data type should be what data type? If you don't know the data type of any element, what will be the data type? What will be the data type of a collection or anything? If you don't know the data type of any element, what should be the data type? Okay, the answer is object. Object will be act as a parent class for all the Java classes, and object as a data type if you are not mentioning the data type for anything. Now here we are not mentioning data type for this collection, so the collection data type can be object. That point I already explained in the object class time. And B, collection name al dot contains. Java is there or not? I am checking. Checking al collection contains Java keyword using contains method. So you can call B, and you can see it is there. So you will get a true option. True value you will get, and same you will do. Try to do. So out of thing I'll do. Checking the Kotlin keyword is present or not. It's not there, so you'll get false. Both positive and negative I'm just showing. It will search the given keyword is present or not. It's not there, that's why returning false. Next is empty method, right? Is empty method. So it checks whether the given collection is empty or not. It's not empty, we have elements, so returns false. False, it's not empty. Then what else methods we have?
Clear method, right?
Clear will use last because it will clear everything. You don't have anything. Still we need to do few more. Equals method.
Okay. Question on clear method, Ram.
Hmm?
Question on clear method. So is
Okay.
it remove and clear is same? What is the difference between remove and clear?
remove all is whatever you specify that will be removed from the collection. Clear all, you don't need to specify. Everything will be cleared from the collection.
Okay.
All the elements will be removed from the collection.
Okay.
But remove all, you are specifying which one you want to delete.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, thanks.
Are you clear now?
Yep.
Here you don't need to specify how many elements are there, all will be deleted. That's why I'm not calling now. It will be deleted everything. So each method demo I'm showing here, equals method, I want to compare my element with the collection element. How can you compare? See that Boolean, it returns a Boolean value. How can you get a collection element? How can you get a list collection element?
As list.
As list.
Get
method, sir.
Get method, you're absolutely right. Get method. So you tell which position element you want. I want first position element, and equals method is you specify which element you want to compare. So Java. So comparing Java element with equals method. Give a different element and say first position Java is there. So that's why you're getting true. And same you do a different element you compare, and this doesn't help you. So before that it's a false. First position Java is not there. So that's the how to use these methods, Boolean methods. One more, a retain all method. So retain all method retains only specified elements, and other elements will be deleted from the collection. Right? Before using that, add few more methods. We have very less elements. I think 4 elements only we have. Add all method I'll call. Add all int index. So you have this one. You can specify if you want. I want in the first place, I want to insert a collection of elements. Arrays, we didn't use this, right? Let me use this. Arrays dot as list. As list, for you're just specifying that. In the first position, that means second place, all these will be inserted, or third place. It's up to you. I'm not restricting you. So add all int index I'm using. Add all here we use a direct one, right? Add all here we use direct one, but this one will print in the index based, will just print it, the size, and you'll get everything. So now I entered almost, now you have 9 elements total. See that? Entered third place, the new things, and remaining we are shifting that side. Now use retain all. What you want to retain? L dot retain all. I want to retain only strings. Remaining I will delete. Okay. Let's keep that arrays dot as list. You specify your list of elements, what you want to keep. I want to keep to Java, and I want to keep Python, and then I want to keep Kotlin, and then I want to keep Ruby. These are the things I want to keep. What are the left ones? You have 4 you specified. That means the integer, this one, all will be deleted, and this float values will be deleted, and automatically only specified things will be available. So collection after retain all, size retain all. See that this is the one you'll get a collection. Before it was 9 elements, only specified elements: Java, Python, Kotlin, Ruby, Kotlin, Java. Only specified elements retained, others are deleted. That's a retain all. So that is a one method. Next one, iterator method.
Can we retain multiple data types?
Yeah, you can, whatever you want, you specify. Suppose I don't want Kotlin, I can specify in this. This collection is a different data types here. You didn't specify particular data type, right?
Okay.
That's why I'm able to enter multiple. You can enter even this instead of Kotlin. Why not? As list it will accept anything, right? Because you didn't specify particular data type while creating your collection.
Correct. Yeah.
Specify your collection with particular data type, then that will be a different story. And you didn't specify any object, it accepts now.
Okay.
Iterator method. We want 30, right? 30 will come there. Kotlin is removed. This is a complete Kotlin is removed.
Yep.
And iterator method iterate the elements in forward direction. So the method returns a iterator interface. So return type of the method, it equal to al collection name dot iterator method. That iterator method. So this is the one we are using. So import this, okay, from java.util. So there is a spelling mistake, so it is corrected now. Now I want to iterate this. You have to use a while loop. Same syntax I have given yesterday. If you have gone through my blog, and you will get, see that has next method. Has next method clearly telling whether the element is present or not. If you want to print the element, just print statement you call, and next method you call it. See that all the elements will be printed. So all the collection elements are printed. This is the one way to iterate your collections. The second way is for each loop. So the data type of collection is object, because I didn't specify any data type. My collection name A:\AL. So variable name collection name. So this is the another way to iterate. The second way to iterate collection. So that's a second way to iterate your elements. The third way is int I equal to 0, I less than L dot size, and I plus plus. The index based I'm iterating. So index based means you have to use L dot get of I. I need to pass I is the index. That's a third way to iterate your elements. So end of using normal for loop. That's it. And next one is clear method. The last one. This is the last method, right? Clear method clears all the elements from collection. That means it deletes. Nothing will be there. Everything will be deleted. Now AL dot clear. So after clear, you call all of them. Collection after clear. Nothing will be there. You will get a zero collection you will get. See that? So all are printed. So empty after collection if you call clear method. That's all about the list collection. Any questions? I'll show you the set collection with a generic format. You can take an example, create a list with a generic format, and that will help you. Set demo. I'll create a set collection with generic format. So interface, Angular basis, data type, collection object equal to new class Angular basis data type, Angular basis close parenthesis. So this is the how you can create a set collection. So the interface name is a set. I'll create all string data type and HS equal to new hash set string. This is the how to create a collection with generic format. The generic format you need to create. This is the generic format. So previous one we created list with non-generic format. Now here I cannot insert the elements with index based. Set doesn't work index based. Set doesn't allow duplicate elements. Even you enter duplicates, it won't accept while returning time. It will return only one element. Again, you can use all method, add method, size method, everything. See that? Set collection HS. You can print HS. Same way, you can print directly objects, right? You can print directly. The size of this set collection. hs dot size method you can call. Now initially nothing is there. Initially no elements at all. We didn't insert any elements in the set collection. And I'll use add all method. I'll insert many elements. hs dot add all, or you can use add method. Let me give add method. Only strings you can add, right? Maybe I'll insert the car types. I'll insert. So hs dot add all. No index based methods are showing for you there. Can you observe that as list? So these are the different type we have inserted, and let me insert one more. Okay, and then you can print all your elements. Print this. Is this in the insertion order? You can see that first we inserted BMW, but BMW is printing somewhere here, and then we entered Ford, but Ford is showing somewhere here, and that's what I told you. Hash set is unordered. It's not going to return to you ordered. Okay, we'll insert a duplicate thing. Let me insert a duplicate thing. Multiple duplicate elements I'm adding. See that whether it is going to return or not. Nothing will return to you. Only one time it will return. Duplicate elements never going to return to you by set collection. Okay. And order also, see, it's not giving the insertion order. That's a hash set behavior. And how can you iterate this? You can use iterator method. Iterator method you can use. Iterator. It equal to the collection name is hs dot iterator method. You can use. See that this will ask you import or change type to string type. So that you won't get any typecasting problems if you specify the generic format. Or you want to specify a different type, you can put just T, a different data type, and that's a generic, or you can specify the data type, exact data type. Now while the data type is now it dot has next, and you want to print the value, call the next method. Next method will fetch the value. What value is there in the it variable? It will fetch. So then you can print it, the values. End of iterator method. And for each loop you can use, but you cannot use normal for loop because set doesn't work based on the index. That's the reason you should not use. And here the data type. What is the data type of your HS? String is the data type. And H colon HS, and directly can print, which will represent the each element of your collection. You can specify all your elements. That's it. How to iterate a set collection, how to create a generic format, and it is not returning the insertion order. That's a hash set. Hash set doesn't return insertion order. Hash set contains only unique elements. It is containing only unique elements. Now, what is a linked hash set behavior? Let's see the linked hash set behavior. I'll just change it to linked hash set. Just linked hash set. Now, what I told you, the difference between hash set and linked hash set, it's the same behavior, but only the difference is, the difference between hash set and linked hash set is, the linked hash set will return your set collection in the insertion order. Which order you inserted, same order will be returned to you. Again, it also contains unique elements only. Now let's see this. You can get the difference between hash set and linked hash set. Hash set is returning unordered collection for you, but linked hash set going to return to you ordered collection. Which order you inserted? See, first BMW we entered. That's why you're returning BMW. Next Ford, Fiat, Cherokee, Maruti Suzuki, Tata, Audi. This order you inserted, same order it is returning. Insertion order it is returning to you. That is the how your values will be returned to you. So it is printing that this is the same order it is returning, insertion order. Now same, let's use preset. What will happen? Preset. What is what I told you preset about preset? So what preset will do?
It will maintain the elements in the ascending order, sir.
Exactly, right. Ascending order, it will arrange the elements. It doesn't matter what order. Again, unique elements, but ascending order. The elements will be arranged in the ascending order. It will sort the elements automatically. That's a preset class will do this. See that in the first RD, A comes first, right? That's right. Then BMW, then Cherokee, then Fiat, Ford, Maruti Suzuki, Tata. So this is how your elements will be in ascending order. If you want ascending order, use preset. If you want in insertion order, take linked hash set. You don't want any order, go for hash set. Okay, so that's the how to use this list and set collections. Any questions before going for the collection map? We have seen all the methods, how to use that. The differences we have seen, then a map interface. Any questions? Okay, no questions. Let's move on. The last one is map interface. A map contains values based on the key value pair. Till now we are entering the values directly into the collection, list and set collection. We don't have a reference to the value, but with map, every value has a key, and key value pair will be there. Each key value pair is called an entry. A map contains unique keys, no duplicate keys. Every map contains unique keys always. And map is useful if you want to search, update, delete the elements based on the key, and you have to go for the map. So when to go for the list and set, when to go for the map, the list and set directly are inserting the elements. But map, you want to insert every value, you should have some reference. Based on the reference, you want to search, you want to update, you want to delete based on the key, then you go for the map. For example, product prices. So if you directly enter the prices, you don't know, right, what price belongs to which product. That's a difficult with the list and set collection to find out. And if you want the product name and price, both you want to see, only helpful the map. Right? So that's the map purpose. A map is an interface again, and this map is implemented by hash map, linked hash map, and tree map classes. Same as a set, hash set to linked hash set to tree set, right? Here, hash map, linked hash map, and tree map. Same behavior here also. And the way it works is the same as a set, hash set to linked hash set and tree set. How it works? Same way it will work. Now, map is implemented in the hash map, linked hash map classes, and tree map class also. There is one more, you have sorted map, sub interface. So map doesn't allow duplicate keys, but can have duplicate values. Hash map and linked hash map allow null keys and values, but a tree map doesn't allow any null key or any null values. A map can be traversed, so you need to convert into set collection using key set method and entry set method. Then you can iterate the map. Otherwise, it is not possible to iterate directly. You have to convert into set collection, then you can iterate using iterator method and for each loop. Otherwise, it is not possible to iterate directly the map. So what are all the map methods are there? So these are the map methods. Put method. So object key, object value. Two parameters you need to pass to put method. Basically, you want to insert the one entry into the map, you will use put method. In the list and set collection, we use add method to insert the element into the collection. Here, you need to use put method. Basically, insert the entry into the map by put method. Entry means key value is an entry. Key value pair is called an entry. And put all method. You can join two maps using put all method. If you have two maps, you can join both of them as a single map. That's a put all method. And put if absent, key and value. Okay, this it insert the specified value with a specified key in the map only if it is not specified already in the map. That's a put if absent method. Remove method, object key. If you specify the key, the entire entry will be deleted from the map. That's a remove method purpose. Or you can specify remove object key and object value. Entire entry will be deleted. Both are same, but this is only you're specifying the key. Here you're specifying with the value also. That's a remove is overloaded here. And a most important one, key set method. The key set method, it returns all the keys from the map into set collection. The return type of key set method is a set collection it returns. It returns a set collection. Only keys will store in this set collection. And entry set, see that it returns a entries. Entries means key value pairs into the set collection. So the data type of entry set is map.entry, the key data type and value data type you have to specify. While creating a map itself, you will specify key data type and value data. That's what the key K and V means. And you will specify the key data type and value data type. It returns the set view containing all the keys and values. Next, clear method. It is used to reset the map. You want to reset, you can use the clear method. So these are all so many methods, but mostly used methods are key set to entry set, remove, and there is one more get method also. The contains value also, another one you will use, contains key, contains value. You will just search the value is present in the map or not. Contains key, you can search the key is present in the map or not. And equals method, you can compare. If you want to compare each element, you can use this. And mostly used another one is get method. Along with this contains and contains key, get method also you will use. You will get the specified key value. You give the key name, you will get the value of that key. That's a get method. In the list we used the get, right? Get of int index. But here, get of the key name you need to pass. And then that key, what value is there, you can get it. That's a get method, how to use. Then is empty, just checks the whether it is empty or not. Then replace, you can replace the particular key value. So replace all. Size method, you can use size of the collection, the map. And values, this method returns a collection of values. It is a collection of values. That's the another values method. So these are the methods, and tomorrow we'll see the map.entry and few theory, and when we can finish tomorrow this entire Java, and few programs also will write, then we'll go. Any questions?
Yeah, just can you just reiterate the set and get method from in map?
Set and
Get. Get is fine. Set.
the set method is just for setting the values for particular thing. The value you can set. So you already entered, you want to modify your thing, then you can use set. So this set, you are talking about this set?
Yeah.
This is a return type. This key set method returns a set collection. Key set is the method. Key set is the method which returns all the keys where you can store in the set collection. We have a set collection, right?
Yes, yes. Okay.
So in that set collection, it will store only keys. It will store. Entry set means key and value both, right? Those all will store in the set collection in this data type format, map.entry format. Okay, set is not a method here. Set is a return type of this method. This is the method main entry set method.
Okay, we cannot use set directly. We should. Okay.
So this definition they are giving here. What is the definition? This method is returning for you set collection. The return type. Here also remove is return type, Boolean value returns. If it is not removing that, you will get a true or false, like that. Every method has a return type and void, right? Now put is a void method. It doesn't return anything, just insert the element, that's it. But key set and entry set is returning a value to you. But what type of return type? A set collection returns. So many keys you have, all keys you can get with the key set, and all entries you want, you can use entry set. And it contains value returns a Boolean value. Whether this value is present in the collection, the map you want to search, you can use contains value. Contains key, you can search whether this key is present in the map or not. That's how we can just return type this one. The set is a return type, just a collection, set collection. That is not a method here.
Yep, thanks.
Okay, so that's it guys for the day. See you tomorrow, and